Hello everyone, welcome to a new video here in The Sims 4. I'm Auvbri, also known as my real name, Renee. Most people just know me as Auvbri, but welcome. We're back here in The Sims 4 with the Rebuild the World. Before I get into that, why not leave this video a like, hit that share button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. It helps me out a great big deal, and it's the best way for you to get notified. Now, what are we doing today? We're actually doing a makeover of the jazz club, nightclub in Willow Creek. So it's a base game build. There are some rules with this series that I can only use the game pack from which the build is from, or the world is from. So in this case, only base game, but I've actually thought about altering that rule. So tell me what you think about that down below, because then I would have unlimited access to every item, everything. So I could just build exactly what I wanted. Right now, especially in this world, I'm really limited to the world and the fact that I can only use base game. But tell me what you think about that in the section down below. I really want to know. So let's get into the build here. Now it did cause me a lot of trouble building in this build. First off, I knew I wanted to have a rounded wall. A lot of stuff have been added to the game since the launch of this game, almost, I think it's about 8 years ago at this point. So they have added a lot of stuff to the base game, which is really cool. It's evolved a lot. Great. But that being said, there's still not a lot of items in the game, in the base game. You often end up using the same thing. At least they've added tons of swatches, so that's really cool. I love that. But yeah, it's kind of difficult to build with base game only. But going into the build again here, I knew I wanted to keep the integrity of the whole build. I knew I wanted to keep the color scheme somewhat. So they have this green color, which I thought was really cool. But when you actually look at the build itself, it's kind of like, at least for me, it's kind of like this industrial jazz kind of looking thing, which I really love. So I really actually took that theme and ran with it. So I kept the brick. I kept the green on the outside, but I changed the accent colors, put in a new roof, did some things with that, and tried to keep it a bit more industrial looking, which I thought was really cool. Especially when we come inside to the interior of the builds, that's where it really happens. So yeah, but I will say this build did cause me a lot of trouble. I don't know what it is, but there was something with the whole roofing, ceiling of each of the rooms that caused me just ache. Like, it was so annoying, and I believe I actually recorded it, but I had to every single time I made a change, I had to put in the ceiling again, which was super annoying. But going outside here again, on the original build, there was this excuse me, there was this really cool sign, which for me made it kind of like a jazz club. I really loved that vibe. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to keep that. That's really cool. So putting out some lights, really changing the mood of the build here into something different, and try to use the purples from the jazz posters all around the place, especially at nighttime here. I do believe I finished the rest of the build at nighttime, but it looks cool. It was a mood, and I was really living for it. But here I realized, you know what, you can't actually, on the rounded walls, you can't actually delete the flooring, because then the wall disappear. So I guess it has to use the wall as kind of like a guideline. I don't know. But I had to figure out how to actually, how did I build around the fact that this was now a piece of the build that I really wanted, and it was kind of unusable. I thought, you know what, it would be really awesome to have a staircase wrap around, kind of an industrial looking staircase, wrap around the corner and lead up to kind of a balcony bar, because right now in the build there's only one bar, area. And I thought we could kind of make two different things here. So we could make a bar on the balcony that's kind of like a bit more, you know, this is the place people can hang here. Upstairs is probably maybe a bit more music. Downstairs it's a bit more muted. There's the piano, microphones. So I thought it was really cool to split up the build like that and then have the bar in the back that's here originally and kind of reworking that a little bit into something a bit more calm and industrial looking, but still in tone with the builds. So the roof here is just the ceiling. I don't know. It was just at some point I was like, can I do anything in this build without the roofing disappearing? So yeah, that was not the best. When it comes to the interior here, I knew I wanted to have a gallery wall. Damn, that was a hard word. A gallery wall on the back there. I thought this wallpaper with the newspapers was really cool. Somehow it actually fit in perfectly with the whole vibe. I was digging it. Then lots of more seating areas. Again, there was some items that I wanted to put in here, but they're just not accessible through the base game, so I couldn't. But having like a jukebox, different types of stuff like that would have been really awesome. But I had to decorate my way around it, and I think actually did a really good job. It turned out really cute and good. I'm overall happy. But I put in a lot of these musical pictures, posters, paintings, just to like jazz it up a bit. And upstairs here, I knew again I wanted to have this balcony bar. When it comes to the backyard, now that's a really quick story. We have all of these backyard things going on in the other builds that I've remade. So I thought, you know what? They don't actually need that big of a backyard. And what would a nightclub need a backyard for anyway? I just don't get it. So I actually decided to, you know what? We're gonna close it off, put some seating out there, and actually make the rest of the back of the build as part of the landscaping that I've done with the other builds as well, and kind of try and tie everything together. This is the last thing I do inside. I remake the back area, the back bar, we can kind of call it, into something a bit more muted. Again, using those wallpapers with the newspaper clippings. I don't know, I think it just looks really good and it fits really well. So yeah, kind of a bit more of a muted bar area, but you know, not a lot of decorative pieces to actually tie everything together, but it is what it is. I am overall happy with the way that this turned out. I think it looks cool. It's definitely a vibe. It's definitely the place where you know what kind of place this is. It's like a cozy jazz bar hangout spot. But yeah, putting in the trees here is the last thing. So I think we're gonna jump into the screenshots and have a look at what the build actually looked like before. So this is what the original build looked like. Again, I really like the way that it looked. That's why I kind of kept the overall shape. I can see what they did with the whole thing. I just thought, you know, it was like they were trying to do something modern and industrial looking, but didn't quite hit the mark. So I went in and took that industrial theme with the modern aspect and the jazz, really ran with it, and this is what I came up with. I think these nighttime photos look really awesome, and to me it does look like an industrial building. But yeah, again, an above shot here. Tell me what you thought about this down below. Should I do a rebuild the walls where I can just use everything, every pack that I have, or not? Should I just continue like this? Comment section down below. While you're down there, why not leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, and again, hit that notification bell. I know I say it a lot, but I do live stream, I do upload frequently, so it's the best way for you to stay notified when I actually upload stuff. Other than that, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to see you in the comment section, and have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world. Stay safe. Bye guys.